Oh, what a long evening. Oh, perfectly timed.
No, Jason, it's quite true.
What is?
We're not going on about that rubbish. Told you, that hypnotist had stooges planted in the audience.
That was the Comtesse de Johan de la Garde.
Exactly.
I spent 5 years developing my powers.
You developed beautifully.
Don't be coarse. I'm an expert.
Boasting? At what?
Thought transference, prophecy, astral projection, hypnotic mental domination.
I hope that's the longest sentence I shall ever hear you utter.
Jason, as far as you're concerned, I'm good for only one thing.
It remains to be seen. I think that gala performance has gone to your beautiful little head. Better drink this.
You get me a little drunk, is that it?
Darling, I took you to the gala performance tonight, to dinner at Maxime's, because...
Because you wanted a night out to celebrate the finishing of your very first film script.
Exactly.
Which only you could arrange to coincide with a royal occasion.
Well, let's continue celebrating royally, and not vulgarly. Hmm?
Congratulations.
That's better. Thank you.
But you will let me try.
What?
To hypnotize you.
Oscar Wilde.
Why not?
Well, it's so negative. I'm under your spell as it is. I want progress. Now, if I were to hypnotize you, we might get somewhere.
You're afraid.
Afraid?
Then let me try.
I bet you 1,000 francs you can't do it.
Done.
1,000?
Cash.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Sit.
That's a good beginning.
And now, completely relax.
I am, to the brink of boredom.
Let your mind go completely blank.
After this conversation, that won't be difficult. Oh, that's nice.
Are your eyes closed?
Ad infinitum.
Don't talk. Your nerve electricity is turning off, Jason. Your sensation recording center is becoming quiet. Your nervous coordination center is now completely under my control. You are now telepathically disciplined to my will. You are now in a hypnotic trance, Jason dear. Open your eyes.
Owe me 1,000 francs.
Where is it, Jason?
In a perfect world, first on the right.
Where is it?
Oh, that. Center drawer of my desk. Amateurs shouldn't play around with hypnotism. Very dangerous. Would you like some more champagne?
Is this it?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes.
The only one?
You know perfectly well it is.
Here. Jason, dear, you will forget everything that happened tonight. Understand?
This isn't exactly how I intended to spend the evening.
You will forget the gala, the dinner, and that you gave me this.
You are persistent. I'll say that for you. I thought that show would never end. You seem to be making it into a series.
Then go to bed.
I will.
And sleep well.
Yes, I will. Oh. Good night, Mummy.
Like candy from a baby. And Elaine, you look marvelous.
Thank you, dear.
And that coat.
Fun, isn't it?
Where did you get it?
The head of the Hermitage Museum had it made to order for me in Siberia. But tell me your news, darling.
Well, when you told me that for our next caper we needed the services of a man, I thought at once of someone I met at a party a short time ago.
What's he like?
Oh, he's a typical male chauvinist, arrogant, vain, and pompous. But more to the point, ideal.
I can't wait to meet him.
I'm surprised you haven't, darling. His name is Jason King.
Jason King.
Bill.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bill, bonjour, Celeste. Bill.
Celeste, c'est Isabelle.
Isabel, you come on Tuesdays.
But it is Tuesday.
Is it? What's this, strawberries and champagne? Somebody's birthday?
Birthday? It's your normal breakfast.
No, don't be ridiculous. Get me some bacon and eggs, liver, marmalade, toast, and lots of coffee.
Eggs and bacon?
Run along. I'd like to have seen this. What is today?
Oh, how nice of you to have remembered.
Remembered? Remember what?
Our anniversary. It is exactly 1 year today.
What is?
Since I have been working for you. Every Tuesday since the 23rd of March.
Today's 22nd.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of March.
Run along, get me some more strawberries, Celeste.
And he won't remember anything?
Not a thing. Until I want him to. Now, tell me about the job.
Well, I first got a whisper of it last winter. I immediately put the British Museum under surveillance using the RD group in London. 2 weeks ago, they decided to acquire the Constance Missal.
Constance who?
Constance. Constance, dear. It's a city in Germany on the Swiss border.
Oh. A missile?
Not Isle, dear. Al. Missal.
Oh.
A missal, for your information, is a book. It contains everything that is said or sung at Mass during the entire year. This particular one was printed for the Catholic Diocese of Constance in the year 1450.
1450?
7 years before Gutenberg turned out the first printed Bible.
So, it's over 520 years old.
That's what makes it so valuable.
The British Museum are buying it?
For £50,000.
The Board of Trustees have approved the price.
Rather a lot, don't you think?
Not for what we're getting.
If you say so.
I do say so, Mr. Howard, most emphatically.
Well, that's it then.
Quite. I telephoned Lord Barnes this morning. He's expecting you in Montreux on the 23rd. Cable him as soon as you make your travel arrangements.
Very well, Mr. Collingwood.
And Lord Barnes very graciously has invited you to stay overnight.
Well, that won't be necessary.
Mr. Howard, he invited you.
All right, I shall accept.
He'll have the missile in a padded attaché case, carefully wrapped. Oh, take a cuff chain.
Of course.
And immediately you leave Lord Barnes on the morning of the 24th, take the case to the Montreux office of Swiss Air.
Very well, Mr. Collingwood.
Mm-hmm. The Constance Missal, Howard. Think of it. Just think of it.
Yes.
A fitting acquisition to mark your retirement.
Very.
You don't sound very cheerful. Aren't you looking forward to retirement?
What, on £800 a year?
No. It's not very much, is it?
No.
Well, as a little farewell gesture, travel to Montreux first class.
Well, that is very generous of you, Mr. Collingwood.
Not at all, Howard.
I have his travel arrangements on another tape.
Just who is Lord Barnes?
Oh, he lives in Switzerland. He's very rich and very eccentric.
If he's rich, why haven't I heard of him?
Nobody has, darling. I have a picture somewhere. He lives in a very swanky villa just outside Montreux.
Like a man of 21. Did
Did you get onto the movers?
Coming tomorrow. Everything except the health room, this room, the foyer, Howard's bedroom, and mine.
Right.
I wonder what he'll be like.
From the British Museum? He won't be any trouble.
Why do the Germans always underestimate the British?
I don't underestimate you.
Which is very wise.
Charles Howard, what's he like?
Not at all like Jason King, which is the problem.
Why, have Barnes and Howard met?
No, but Jason can't turn up there looking like Jason. He's supposed to be a curator.
All right, so King can impersonate Howard.
Oh, I don't think we need to go that far. All we need to do is to turn him from a common peacock into an exotic bird of paradise. That should be sufficient.
If you say so, darling.
What about disposal of the Missal?
My big bibliophile in Houston.
Ah, yes, the Texas cookie.
He'll really go for it, to the tune of at least $250,000. When do we take this Charles Howard?
Before he gets the Missal.
Before? Why?
Waiting until he leaves Lord Barnes is too risky.
Which, I suppose, is why we want poor old Jason King.
Yes. What is your hold over him?
This. The only existing copy of his very own film script of his Mark Cain book.
All of it?
Mm-hmm. Page 208. The end.
Camera pans off the decaying old church onto Caroline as she follows Mark Cain out of the vestry into the calm Paris evening. We must feel from now on that she will forevermore discard every moral principle, despise virtue, avoid motherhood, and ignore religion. Does he sell this stuff? I hope the book's better than the film.
It will be a box office dream.
But not this one.
Poor Jason.
I've been your publisher, Jason, for over 5 years, and I know when you're up to something.
Nicola, I can promise you I finished it yesterday morning.
Really?
Put it in a box, locked it in that drawer, which I've done with all my proofs. Somebody has stolen it.
Oh, ridiculous.
It's the only explanation.
What possible use could a Mark Cain film script be to anyone except you or me?
It's just possible that somebody hates me.
Oh, I can think of thousands.
Don't exaggerate. If you can't be helpful, go away. I always knew you should have accepted that job in Woman's Monthly.
Jason, you're having me on, and I won't stand for it. You had a deadline which you couldn't keep. And all this is just a big act because you couldn't complete it. You probably never even started it.
I don't know what you're so worried about. You've sold the film rights.
Yes, providing you let me have a finished script. I can't make money out of something that doesn't exist.
Does exist. I just can't find it.
I would like to make a person-to-person call to Mr. Barry Reginald Winfield Cook in Houston, Texas. Please, operator.
I've warned you about this before, making just one copy.
Copies inhibit me. I dry up. It stops the flow. I can't fiddle about with carbon paper.
Oh, am I sick to death of writers? Egocentric, obsessional neurotics, a lot of them.
Oh, poor little things. Do provide for you, including that mink coat. I'll get a psychiatrist to publish my books.
Not yet, you won't. All right, then. I'll give you a week. Then one of two things has to happen.
Are you threatening me?
I am. Either you produce the script,
or
I'll sue.
Absolutely authentic, Cookie. The British Museum are desperate for it. Oh, don't haggle, Cookie. $250,000. You can afford it. All those oil wells pumping and pumping. Sure, I'll hold the line. Texas has fallen. Is this it? All of it? The only one?
Why?
Jason, dear, the only copy of the Mark Cain script is now in my safety deposit box.
You stole it.
Mm-hmm. Elaine and I are criminals.
Thieves?
We're professionals. We arrange one highly profitable and foolproof caper each year.
Last year it was the Etheridge necklace.
Worth $200,000.
And the year before that, the Raphael miniatures.
From the Vatican Museum.
But my script isn't a museum piece. Yet. How did you do it?
She hypnotized you.
Oh, don't be absurd.
Darling, it took you 12 weeks of hard
14.
slogging to write it. So if you ever want to see it again, You'll do exactly as we tell you.
To the letter.
Because if you don't...
We burn it. And you can't afford that.
No, Jason, darling, you can't. We've assessed your financial position. You've a stack of unpaid bills.
Not to mention back income tax in England, Australia, and America.
I knew I shouldn't have worn this tie this morning. You're both quite dotted.
It's not in, Jason, to take women seriously.
No, I shall just have to assert my rights.
And go to the police.
Isn't what I have in mind.
Oh, do! I'll drive you. They won't believe you.
You haven't a shred of proof.
You look a complete fool.
An absolute twit.
And we'll burn your script like that.
You both become quite resistible.
Irresistible or not.
Please or no please.
You'll do as we say.
Well, Jason?
The atmosphere in here is claustrophobic.
Well done, darling.
Thank you, dear.
Oh.
Elaine's a karate expert.
Judo, too.
Terribly good at it.
And Jason, I can be absolutely lethal if you make me cross. I could break your arm with one blow.
Oh, darling, please.
Yes, please. I mean, there's no need to go that far. I'm sure we can talk things over. There is never any need for violence. Suppose, just suppose, for my own amusement, of course, I were to join in your gift-wrapped capers. What exactly would you want me to do?
Well, for a start, to wear this.
We'll tell you exactly what to do.
For the moment, just be in Geneva on the 23rd.
Next Monday.
Conavin Railway Station, Platform 2.
With a first-class ticket, Geneva to Montreux.
You'll be replacing a man from the British Museum called Howard. He walks rather like a crane with hiccups.
Oh.
And of course, he stutters.
Oh, naturally.
We'll meet you there. And if you behave nicely, we'll give you a little present of some sort.
And if you don't behave nicely, I'll separate your head from your delicious shoulders.
There you are. I've been getting some very strange looks on this train.
Jason, you look perfect.
Sure I haven't gone too far?
Not at all. Well, perhaps a little outdoor. Howard's an indoor type. You're too healthy. But you've been so good, I've got a present for you.
What is it?
Page 1 of your script. Just remember, there are 207 more.
Here he is.
Sit down, Jason. I'll go to work. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes?
Well, I'm not entirely unsophisticated, and
I adore Englishmen.
That's very kind of you, I'm sure.
I think it's the accent. I turn on instantly.
Turn on?
I just can't help it.
Oh, well, I'm really most appreciative, and I'm very...
Don't you like me?
My gracious. No, I think you're really very lovely. And in every way, I would like to... Do you mind not doing that with your pendant?
The photon power of your brainwaves is dropping to nothing, Mr. Howard. You shiver because the temperature of your skin is falling. Do not be alarmed. Just relax. You are now antidromic. completely under the domination of my psychic power center. Lean back, Mr. Howard. Close your eyes. Go to sleep.
Any problems?
None. Your turn. I think we can safely leave Jason on his own, can't we, dear? Come on. Mr. Howard, how do you pay, Lord Barnes?
With this.
A check.
A draft on the Bank of England for £50,000.
It is a shame that we have to let that go.
Darling, it's payable to Lord Barnes. Let's not be greedy. Anything else?
This.
A letter of certification.
Jason can get Lord Barnes to sign that.
This business of shipping the Missal back to London.
In an attaché case via Swiss Air.
No security arrangements of any kind.
Only handcuffs. They're in there.
These?
Yes.
The key? Mr. Howard, when are you due back at the museum?
The day after tomorrow.
I'll take him back to London tonight.
Must you?
I daren't bring him round, and I can't control him unless I'm with him. He could get lost or hurt or anything.
We wouldn't want that.
No. Such a sweet little man. You and Jason go on to Montreux alone. I'll get off at Vevey with Mr. Howard and take him back to London tonight.
You can stay at my place.
Fine. I'll meet you in Paris late tomorrow. With the Missal.
I'll have it. Don't worry.
Ah, we're coming into Vevey now.
Yes.
Be careful, Elaine. Make sure Jason doesn't try anything funny with Lord Barnes. Up you get, Mr. Howard.
It looks odd, doesn't it? Perhaps I should find something to cover it.
No, don't bother. If Howard comments, I'll tell him it's either cleaning or reframing.
He may get suspicious.
What do you mean?
He might cancel the deal and return to London.
If he wishes to cancel the transaction and return to London, we will prevent him. Perhaps permanently. That'll be him.
Howard here? Anybody at home? home, home.
Mr. Howard, my deepest apologies.
Not at all, Lord Bard. I hope you don't mind, but I've had a jolly good snoop round.
Yes, of course. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, thanks awfully. I'd like a little creme de menthe. Love your carnivorous plants. So rude.
You'll forgive me if I don't join you.
Oh.
I strongly believe that by not drinking and not smoking, I will live much longer.
Well, it will certainly seem longer. Just.
Well, now, you have one very important credential.
Oh, yes. The draft of £50,000.
You're not at all what I expected, Mr. Howard.
You mean I'm not a museum piece?
Definitely not.
Oh, thanks awfully.
I'll get the Missal.
Oh, thank you. Well, as a matter of fact, our head curator wants us to have a new image. British, of course. Which reminds me, why are you so anxious to sell?
It's very simple. I need the money.
Oh, very British.
Mr. Howard, the Constance Missal.
It's quite magnificent.
Isn't it?
One of the oldest books in the world.
Quite possibly the oldest.
Is this the
Yes, made with a special lining.
There we are. Draft, Bank of England, payable to you, and a letter of certification.
Almost as beautiful as the Missal itself.
I would kindly sign. Go.
Business concluded.
Most efficiently.
Please, help yourself, Mr. Howard.
Oh, thank you awfully. I wondered if I could have a tiny stop.
Excuse me, Lordship.
What is it, Hal?
When would Mr. Howard like his dinner?
Oh, whenever you say. Oh, your air here has given me an elephantine appetite.
I'm delighted. You won't mind dining alone.
Don't tell me you don't nibble either.
Just 400 calories a day.
400 calories? That's practically starvation.
It's sufficient for my needs.
Oh, don't tell me you've got a weight problem.
Not at all. But I believe that any kind of overindulgence is unhealthy.
Oh, rather?
How old do you think I am?
Oh, no, it always embarrasses me people ask me their age.
Guess.
Huh? 39.
Next month, Mr. Howard, I will be 57.
57?
57.
Don't believe it.
It's true, I assure you.
Incredible.
Not when you know the secret.
Oh, ears are panting.
Cellular therapy.
You don't mean injections from animals?
Hypothalamus, liver, spleen.
Oh, innards.
And I have the best plastic surgeon in the world.
Oh, now, really, don't tell me you've had a facelift.
I prefer to call it cosmetic rejuvenation.
Fascinating.
I've had 4.
4? But your face is as smooth as a baby's. Not even a scratch. Incredible.
Mr. Howard. Mr. Howard, I have your tea.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Howard.
I must have dozed off. Oh, how nice. Tea.
Well, that'll be your taxi.
Yes,
Mr.
well, thanks awfully for everything.
Not at all, my pleasure.
Sure. I'm so hospitable. Hello.
you sure you haven't got the key to this case?
I told you, it fell through a crack in the floor. Thank you. Is that all of it off?
Yes.
Never opened it with that. Poor wrist. It's scraped to the bone.
With careful nursing, you might last the night. Jason? You've done it.
Yes, I have. Haven't I?
Where do you think you're going?
Somewhere where all your arguments on equality would be knocked into a cocked hat. The train is coming.
Yes, I know. But it stops in Vevey. For 4 minutes, we'll leave the car there.
Votre billet, s'il vous plaît. L'inspecteur ici. Vevey.
You go that way.
Oh, wait.
so sorry to trouble you, but I must ask you to return my case.
But
Please unlock it. Very slowly. And very, very gently. Do sit down.
I suppose that's one way of avoiding your 5th facelift.
Jason?
Ah.
It wasn't your fault we didn't get the Missal.
No, you kept your part of the bargain.
I hope your script makes a sensational film.
So do I.
Would you like me to drive you home?
No, thanks. I'll get a taxi. I've got 1 or 2 things I have to do. Oh, and of course, the script to deliver. But if it's at all convenient, I'd like to see you both tomorrow at, say, 6 o'clock at the British Museum.
So Lord Barnes had 2.
Yes, this one. And the one the police recovered when he fell off the train. A perfect replica.
So he was planning to double-cross the museum?
Yes, the bounder.
And you double-crossed us.
Cheers.
The police recovered?
Yes.
But you were the first one to reach him.
Was I?
So, which one is genuine? Obviously not this one.
Shh. Claudia?
Yes, dear?
There is one way he could make up for it.
Oh?
That shipment of Burmese blood rubies arriving in Stockholm next week.
Oh, yes. Much better than that moldy old Missal.
Darlings, you're too late. I spent all night wading through this tome. And he's very good.